This looks like just another small electric hatchback at first glance. But the new 2026 BYD Dolphin Surf is pulling off something that nobody really saw coming. It's smaller than you expect, smarter than it needs to be, and way more practical than EVs that cost thousands more. And here's the real question: has BYD just made gas-powered city cars officially obsolete? Stick with me, because once you see what this little Dolphin Surf is offering, the budget EV game might never look the same again. Welcome back to Motor Verdict Meet, where we break down the newest cars and electric vehicles in a relaxed, real-world way, no fluff, no overhype, just honest details. Today, we're taking a deep first look at the 2026 BYD Dolphin Surf, an affordable electric hatchback that's quietly shaking up the global market and putting pressure on rivals like the Wuling Mini EV, MG4, and even entry-level petrol hatchbacks. Like the Suzuki Swift and Toyota Yaris, let's start right at the back, because the Dolphin Surf already feels different the moment you walk around it. The rear design is clean, modern, surprisingly sporty for a budget EV. You get a full-width LED taillight strip that visually stretches the car wider than it actually is. And the BYD lettering sits confidently across the tailgate. The rear bumper has subtle sculpting, not fake vents or aggressive nonsense, just clean lines that feel intentional. For a small city EV, it actually looks grown up. And here's something to think about. How many entry-level hatchbacks still come with basic halogen lights at this price? Moving over to the left side, the Dolphin Surf's compact size really shines. This thing is built for tight city streets, narrow parking spots, and daily urban chaos. The side profile is smooth and aerodynamic, with a short front overhang and a slightly longer rear that hints at decent cargo space. The wheels may not be massive, but the Aero-style rims help with efficiency, and the blacked-out pillars give it a floating roof effect. It's the kind of design that feels youthful without trying too hard. Would you take something like this over a traditional petrol hatchback if the price was similar? Now, walking around to the right side, you'll notice BYD's attention too. Symmetry and detail. Flush-style door handles improve aerodynamics, and the shoulder line runs clean from front to back, making the car feel stable rather than boxy. Compared to something like the Wuling Mini EV, which looks more like a toy, the Dolphin Surf feels like a real, fully developed car. Even next to larger EVs like the MG4, it doesn't feel cheap. It just feels efficient and purpose-built up front. The Dolphin Surf keeps things friendly but futuristic. The headlights are slim, LED-equipped, and slightly swept back, giving the car an alert expression. There's no traditional grille because, well, it doesn't need one. Instead, BYD uses a clean front fascia with subtle air channels for cooling. And aerodynamics, the short hood and tall windshield improve visibility, which is huge for city driving. And be honest, how many times have you wished your daily car was just easier to see out of? Now let's step inside, because this is where the 2026 BYD Dolphin Surf really starts punching above its weight. The cabin feels modern, bright, and surprisingly spacious for a small hatchback. The dashboard design is simple but tech-focused, with BYD's signature rotating touchscreen taking center stage. You still get physical buttons for essential functions, which is a big win for everyday usability. The materials aren't luxury level, but they're solid, well-assembled, far better than what you'd expect at this price point. The seats are supportive and comfortable, especially for city driving. In short commutes, there's decent headroom and legroom up front. Even the rear seats are usable for adults, something that can't be said for many micro EVs. Here's a question for you. How often do budget cars sacrifice rear seat comfort just to hit a price target? Storage is another strong point. You've got smart cubbies, door pockets, cup holders, and a practical trunk that can actually handle groceries, backpacks, or a weekend bag. Fold the rear seats down, and suddenly this tiny EV becomes surprisingly versatile. For urban families or first-time EV buyers, that's a big deal. Likewise, the Dolphin Surf doesn't feel stripped down. You get smartphone connectivity, digital, driver displays, voice control, and even advanced driver assistance features depending on the market. Lane assist, parking sensors, smart braking systems, are all on the table features that used to be exclusive to much more expensive cars. Is this what the new entry-level standard looks like? Now let's talk about the heart of the Dolphin Surf, the electric drivetrain. BYD is known for its blade battery technology, and that's a huge advantage here. It's safer, more durable, and more space efficient than traditional lithium-ion packs. Power output is tuned for city use, giving you smooth acceleration rather than neck-snapping speed. But here's the thing: instant torque means it still feels quick off the line, especially compared to small petrol cars. Range is expected to be more than enough for daily driving, with estimates putting it comfortably ahead of most urban commutes. Charging is simple and affordable, whether you're plugging in at home or using public chargers. And let's be real, how much money could you save by never visiting a gas station again? Let's get into pricing, because this is where the Dolphin Surf becomes a real problem for the competition. BYD is positioning this as one of the most affordable real EVs on the market. In many regions, it's expected to undercut rivals like the MG4, while offering better tech and a more refined driving experience than ultra-cheap options like the Wuling Mini EV. When you compare it to petrol hatchbacks, the long-term cost savings make it even more attractive. Lower fuel costs, fewer maintenance needs, and potential incentives. It all adds up fast. So here's the big question. If an electric car is cheaper to buy, cheaper to run, and easier to live with, why would anyone still choose a gas-powered city car? Let's wrap this up with the final verdict. The new 2026 BYD Dolphin Surf isn't trying to be flashy or revolutionary, it's just smart. It's practical, affordable, well-equipped, and perfectly designed for modern urban life. BYD has taken everything they've learned from bigger EVs and distilled it into a small hatchback that actually makes sense. For first-time EV buyers, city commuters, and anyone tired of rising fuel prices, this might be one of the best options out there. Now I want to hear from you. You choose the Dolphin Surf over a traditional hatchback like the Swift or Yaris? And do you think affordable EVs like this are about to take over city roads completely? If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like the video, subscribe, follow Motor Verdict Meet for more honest car reviews and EV breakdowns. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.